Hey everybody, Happy New Year. Tabby says hello, even though she seems to be disinterested. But she does say hello, and she does wish you a happy 2021. And right now, she's ready for us to give you the bird. Hello everybody, Happy New Year. 2021 is finally upon us, and we can wave goodbye to 2020, and I think the majority of us are saying good riddance. Coming to you, I'm actually recording this New Year's Eve afternoon, but it's for consumption on New Year's Day. And I wanted to give everybody the bird on New Year's Day. So here we are at Yankee Stadium, start number 25 for Mark Fidrych. He'll be opposing Yankee right-hander Doc Ellis. That'll be the pitching matchup. And again, unfortunately, the Tigers and Yankees have similar colorings. So sometimes the cards can look a little bit off. The only difference is the Tigers have a reddish color here in the numbers and down here in their stats. Everything else pretty much the same. Let's get you caught up on where Fidrych is in his season replay. This is, again, start 25. So through 24 starts, actually has done very well for himself. The numbers, as you can see, them pretty comparable, I would say. His last outing, he took a no decision against the Orioles. Went 9 innings, but a rusty stop home run in the bottom of the 9th sent it to extra innings. Took Fidrych off the hook for the loss, but again, the Orioles won the game in extra innings, but that did not affect Fidrych whatsoever. So he is looking to get this going again and get some more wins under his belt. He finished 19-9 in the real season. So he's only got 5 games left, so the most decisions he can have are 5. Which would give him 26 decisions. He had 28 decisions in real life. So obviously his wins or his losses or both are going to be a little bit less than what they would normally be. This game was played, it's the first game of a doubleheader played at Yankee Stadium on September the 12th. And so that's why there's some backups in the lineup today because of the fact it's a doubleheader. So we'll look at the starting lineups for both teams. And we have both center fielders that normally start in center field, Mickey Rivers and Ron LaFleur, are both getting this first game off. So, a little bit of adjusted lineup here. Ben Ogilvy's in center. Dan Myers at first, giving Jason Thompson the first game off. Rusty Staub's in right. Willie Horton's the DH. Alex Johnson's in left. Mickey Stanley's at third base. Scrivener's at second. Bruce Kim's catching. And Mark Wegner is at short. For the Yankees, Gene Locklear is the DH. Roy White is in center instead of Mickey Rivers. Munson's catching. Chambliss at first. Carlos May in left. Nettles at third. Gamble in right. Randolph at second. And the chicken, Fred Stanley, is at shortstop. All right. So Mark Fidrych. Let's see what he can do. And I also borrowed a page out of RJL 518's book. And I've got this for me to reference to help me out, to make sure I know where the positioning and things are. He wrote something similar down on a piece of paper. I decided to go to Excel and make this. I may make it a little bit smaller. I may condense the size of it and then, cut it to size so it can fit more on the camera. But for right now, it's just going to be off camera. Just more for me to, as a guide, to make sure that I'm doing things the way they're supposed to be done. I may not even use it this game. I may use it future games once I get it sized because the full page is a little bit cumbersome to be in the way. All right, so Doc Ellis finishing up his warm-up tosses. He was 17-8 on the 1976 season with a 3.19 ERA. The only relief pitcher the Yankees used in this game was Ron Guidry. But of course, with the September call-ups, there's a plethora of players available. And obviously, we will be able to go to those if they're needed. I believe Fidrych pitched a shutout in this game. I'd have to look it up, but I'm assuming since it was a 6-0 game, I'm guessing he pitched the shutout. But we shall see what happens when you play it for real, or not for real, but when you replay it. See how close we can get. Ben Ogilvy, center fielder, is going to lead things off here against Doc Ellis. Oh, and you know what? I'm doing so much strat. I'm just rolling the strat dice. I'm sorry. Let's go back and do this again, the inside pitch way. Sometimes you get straterized. if that's a word. Strategized, maybe that's a better word. Instead of traumatized, you get strategized. All right, here is Ogilvy. Well, first of all, we're going off Doc Ellis. 4-2. 4-2 is a possible error. And now we'll go to Ogilvy. And we get a 3-5. 3-5 is a liner to short. Possible error on the chicken, Fred Stanley. He's a 4, but that's a 13. Way too much for that. So Stanley's play is true. And Ogilvy is out of there. And I'll bring up Dan Meyer. 4-3 on Ellis is a range play. So we go to Meyer's card. Check the range on somebody. It's a star line 3 on a 1-6, which is a ground ball to short. So again, Stanley's being challenged. He's a range of 3, so this has to be a 3 or less. And Stanley's up to the task again. So as the old hardware commercial used to go, Stanley is helping them do things right. So there's 2 up, 2 down, and that brings up Rusty Staub. 3-1 is a blank on Ellis, so we go to Staub. 1-5, that's a star line 1. He's going to ground it to Randolph, and easy inning for Doc Ellis here in the bottom of the first, as the Tigers don't get anything. All right, here's Fidrych again, just to refresh, in case anybody was watching that missed the intro. That is those are his stats coming in. He's 15-6 with a 2.13 ERA. And at this point in the season in real life, he was 15-8 with a 2.34 ERA. So not too bad, not too bad. Leading off will be Gene Locklear, and he is a trade acquisition the Yankees made at the trade deadline with San Diego. So he is actually carded with San Diego. He does not have a card under the Yankees. I looked on the extra players. There is no Yankee version of Gene Locklear. So we're going to have to use this version. He is the DH against Fidrych. That's a 3-5, and that is a blank. So we go to Locklear's card. 6-2, it's a single pass third. So how about that? Locklear gets himself a base hit. He has no attempts, so there won't be any worries about that. Brings up Roy White, and I've got a hanging Chad on somebody's card here. Let me see who that is. I need to... Is that Carlos? No, it's Chambliss, actually. So sometimes when you separate the perforations, they don't always come off. There it is. I got it off of there now. They don't always cleanly come off the way you would like them to, but they did now. So we got Roy White, Thurman Munson, Chris Chambliss, and Carlos May. So now we're straight. And again, Locklear does not get a chance to try to steal or anything. We will roll the strategy roll because there's a possibility of a pickoff if we roll a 20. And it's an 18, so no pickoff. So here's Roy White. Fidrych to White. Infield halfway, looking for the double flight. 3-3, and that's the ballpark card. So we're going to Yankee Stadium for Roy White's at bat. And we got a 1-2. That's a fly to center. So there's one away, as Ogilvy puts it away. Now, my voice is starting to sound like RJL. Maybe we both need to take time off. I don't know. Just had a frog in the throat there, I guess. Okay, Fidrych, strategy roll again. Nothing happened. You have to have a 20 to get to this one, so no chance of a pickoff. Fidrych, 6-3, strikeout chance. That's a 1, so Thurman Munson will take the whiff. So there's now 2 away for Chris Chambliss. Whoop, that white die fed through there. Let me re-roll that again. Nothing happening there. Fidrych to Chambliss, 2-1, possible error. Chambliss, 5-3, star line 4, which is a ground ball to second. The error rating of the second baseman Scrivener's a 7. That's a 1, so it will be an error. That is a 1-base error because there's no throwing involved. It's just a boot. And Locklear will make it to second base. So now 2 are on with 2 outs. Fidrych trying to pitch around this error. The Tigers didn't make any errors in the replay, in the real game, but they make one here in the first inning. Nothing on the 20. Here is the pitch to Carlos May. 3-2 is a blank on Fidrych. We go to May. 3-5, and that's a ground ball to short this time. Wagner's got it. Inning's over. So nothing doing for the Yankees. They get 2 on, but the error does not come back to bite Fidrych. We go to second, no score. Doc Ellis back out, and we have Willie Horton. See if he can hear a who or hear something. He's the DH. That's all he can do. He has no fielding rating whatsoever. 1-2 is an error on a ground ball. I'm assuming if you play him in the field, you'd have to make him a 1E20 with a +2 arm or whatever. I mean, whatever the worst rating is. 1-2 is a possible error on a ground ball. That's a 5-3. It is a ground ball. Ground ball to third. Nettles' error rating is an 8. That's a 9. So Nettles is able to make the play, but just barely. One away. Had that been an 8 or less, that would have been an error. All right, here is Alex Johnson. 6-2 is a range play at Yankee Stadium. 3-4. 3-4 is a home run to the pull side. Alex Johnson against righties is only a 4. That's a 7, so it fails the home run check, but we still have the range check. If the range check fails, it will be a double. So let's see, the left fielder is it is Carlos May, because Roy White's playing center today. So Carlos May is a 2. And he can't get it, so it's a double for Alex Johnson. So even though he failed the home run check, he does get a double. And that'll bring up Mickey Stanley. We roll the strategy roll because Ellis has some pickoff chances and a balk chance. Nothing's happening. Almost did. 19, we're not going to bunt with 1 out already. And Mickey Stanley up there. So we're going to swing away. Strategy rolls are only a suggestion. They are not written in stone. 4-6 is a blank. In fact, some people don't use the strategy rolls at all. 1-5, ground ball to short. That'll hold the runner. 2 down. And that's going to leave it up to Chuck Scrivener to get it done against Doc Ellis. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Ellis, 3-4 is a blank. We go to Scrivener. 2-3. 2-3 is a star line 3, which is a ground ball to short. Mickey and Fred Stanley's got it. You got 2 Stanleys. You got Fred Stanley and Mickey Stanley. No relation, I imagine. So bottom of the second we go, no score. And the bird will be back out, facing Greg Nettles. Nettles had 32 home runs in the 1976 season. Fidrych, 4-5, and that's a blank, so we go to Nettles. 6-6 is a fly to center. Put away by Ogilvy, 1 away. Brings up Oscar Gamble. 5-4, and that is a range play. 1-6 is a fly to center. We're checking the range of Ogilvy. He's only a 2. So again, having a backup center fielder out there is kind of hurting him a little bit. He is a 2, whereas LaFleur would have been a 3. That's a 6. It didn't matter anyway. So since it's a 6, it could be a double. It is. It's a double. Double for Oscar Gamble. You like that? Double Oscar Gamble. So we'll 1 out double, and that'll bring up Willie Randolph. Nothing on that. Oops, would help to roll the other die, wouldn't it? Okay, 4-1 on Fidrych is a wild pitch chance, and that is a wild pitch. That 7's going to qualify, so he uncorks a wild one. Moves the runner to third. Now that's interesting. They're going to bring the infield in now with the runner at third and less than 2 outs. Nothing on a strategy roll. 6-1 is a potential walk to Randolph. That's a 16. His walk is a 16, but Yankee Stadium takes away 2, so it's not going to be a walk. It cost him a walk there. We finish on Randolph's card. 5-3, and he's going to ground it to third. And on a ground ball to third, the infield was in. And if we look at the little handy-dandy chart, cheat sheet that I made a la RJL, when the infield is in, which it was, the base running rating on the runner at third goes down by 2. So the runner at third is Oscar Gamble. Gamble's BR is a 3. He drops to a 1. So they're not going to send him because the odds are he's going to get thrown out. So it's just going to be a simple 5-3 ground out with the runner holding. So by having the infield in, that kept the run from scoring. Here's Fred Stanley. Infield can go back to normal now. Nothing under 20. 2-1 is a possible error. Stanley, 2-2 is a fly to right. We're checking the error rating of Staub, which is a 5. That's a 15. No way that's an error. So Staub has limited range, but he doesn't boot many. So he was able to make that play. And Fidrych pitches around the double and wild pitch. We go to the third. Still no score here at Yankee Stadium. 1976 style. Bruce Kim, the batter. He will lead things off, the personal catcher of Mark Fidrych. 2-1 is a strikeout chance. 17's too much. Go to Kim. 1-1. Starline 5 is a ground ball to Willie Randolph. 1 away. Brings up Mark Wagner, shortstop. Or Wagner, not Wagner. 3-4 is a blank on Ellis. We go to Wagner. 3-6. Ground ball to first. Chambliss will step on the bag. 2 down. And that brings up Ogilvy. 5-2, and that's a double question mark. 1-20 is an automatic star line against anybody left-handed. So it's an automatic star line, so he's definitely out. Definitely going to get the out. Just what kind of an out? It's a ground ball to third. Nettles takes care of it, and the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the third. Still no score from Yankee Stadium. Again, the Tigers won this game in real life 6-0. First game of a doubleheader. So Locklear, the DH, will lead things off. He singled his first time up. 5-3, and that is a potential strikeout, but Locklear's a lefty, so that's now a blank. Finish up on Locklear, 4-3. Fly ball to center field. And Ogilvy puts it away. 1 down for Roy White. Does seem kind of funky to see one player with a different team color card, but that's just the way it is on traded players. Here's Fidrych, 3-3. 3-3 is a ballpark card, so we're going to the ballpark card. 4-4, and 4-4 is a star line 4, which is a ground ball to second. Scrivener over to Meyer, and there's 2 away. Brings up Thurman Munson. Struck out his first time. 3-4 is an automatic star line for Fidrych. See what kind of an out we get. We get a ground ball to first. So that's going to end the inning as Meyer takes to the bag himself. We played 3 here at Yankee Stadium and no score so far as both pitchers are on their games. Dan Meyer, first baseman, will lead things off. He only hit 2 home runs and 294 bats in the 76 season, but in 1977 he went to Seattle in the expansion, and I believe he hit 22 home runs as an everyday player. Here's Doc Ellis. 1-5 is a walk plus, so that will be a leadoff walk to Dan Meyer. And he's got an attempt of 3, so he's going to see if he can get a jump. And he cannot, so we don't worry about that. He will. The Yankees will be at double play depth for Rusty Staub. 2-6 is a blank. We get a Rusty Staub's card. 4-5, and that's a fly to center. 1 away as Roy White puts it away. Brings up Willie Horton. Strategy roll, nothing going on. 5-5 on Doc Ellis is a range play. Willie Horton. 6-6, Starline 6, a fly to center. Range check on Roy White. He is a 4, so he's a pretty good center fielder as a 4. And he's able to make the play. So 2 down. So big advantage there when your center fielder is a 4, whereas Detroit center fielder is only a 2. So that's a definite advantage for the Yankees. Nothing on the strategy roll. Here is Alex Johnson. 2-6 is a blank on Ellis. We go to Johnson. 2-3, ground ball to second. Randolph's got it. Inning's over. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score here in 2021. As we start the first game to ever post in 2021 from this channel. I don't know what time New Year's I'm going to post it. I don't want to post it too early because people will be asleep having to recover from staying up all night for the New Year's. But I might do it around 9 a.m. I haven't decided yet. Mark Fidrych facing Chambliss. 6-4, and that is a double question mark. You need a 1 through 5 to get a star line. 17's too much. So treat it as a blank. Go to Chambliss. 2-2, ground ball to second. Handled by Scrivener, 1 away. Brings up Carlos May, left fielder. Ooh, little hops with the dice there. 6-5 is a range play. Great, hopped again. 4-3, ground ball to second. Range of Scrivener, he's a 3. Needs a 3 or less to get to this. And he does, so Scrivener takes care of it 2 in a row. He's up to the task, and now with 2 down, the base is empty. It's Greg Nettles. 2-4, possible error if a throw is required. 5-6 is a star line 8. There won't be, or question mark 8 rather, there won't be any throw necessary. Question mark 8 against a right-hander. 1 through 15 is a hit. That's an 18 though, so that means it misses that range. And it's just a fly to center. Had this been a 10 through 15, that would have been a home run. But as an 18, it misses the safe range and is simply a deep fly to center. Of course, no throw necessary, so no error check to worry about. We go to the 5th. Still no score. Ellis and Fidrych locked in a pitching duel. Here's Mickey Stanley. 5-1, strikeout chance. 18's way too high. 6-2, and that's a fly to right. Put away out there by Oscar Gamble and his afro. One away. Scrivener, 3-3, blank on Ellis. 3-4. 3-4 is a ground ball to short. The Chicken Man, Stanley, makes the play. 2 down. Bruce Kim. 4-2, and that is a possible error. 5-6 is a ground ball to second. Willie Randolph's error is a 7. That's a 2, so that's an error on Willie Randolph. It's not a throwing error, it's just a bobble, so it's a 1-base error. Now both teams, or is that the Yankee? Yeah, both teams now. Actually, no, that's a second error. Nope, it's one apiece, my bad. Both teams now with an error, and Kim actually has an attempt rating of 3, so we can't overlook that. So we can get a jump, he cannot. But 2 outs means the infield is at normal depth. And Mark Wagner, the batter. 1-6, blank on Ellis. 5-6. 5-6 is a star line 6, which is a fly to center. Put away by White. Innings over. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Still no score. All down to who's going to crack first, I guess. This game could end 1-0. Oscar Gamble steps to the plate. He doubled his first time up. We got a 6-6. That's blank on Fidrych. 5-6 is a single. So Gamble 2 for 2. His attempt is a 2. So we'll see if he can get a jump. He cannot. And Tigers will be at double play depth. 1-1 is a strikeout chance. That's a 4. He's gone. Willie Randolph. Oh, wait a minute. Let me take this back here. He's a 7 -3 from the stadium. Makes that a 4, but it's still going to be a strikeout. But I forgot to look at the stadium, so I need to make sure I didn't miss anything there. But it's just barely still a strikeout. So 1 away. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Here's Stanley. Infield still double play depth. 5-6, possible error on a grounder. Stanley 6-3 is a liner right to second base. Could be a double play. We'll look at the chart. And on a line drive double play, with the runner at first and the ball lined to second, with the ball lined to second, a 1 or a 2 on a D6 roll means the runner is doubled off. So if it's a 1 or 2, it's a double play. 3, he just gets back. So Gamble just got back in time. 2 down, top of the order for Locklear. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Fidrych to Locklear. 3-1 is a blank, so we go to Locklear. 3-2, and that's a question mark 7. A 1 through 14 would be a hit, but that's a 16. That is a 16, so that's going to be a fly to left to end the inning. And notice here, Locklear does not have, his card is pretty much cookie cutter, which I don't mind that because he only had 99 at-bats total for the whole year. So he's a marginal player, no sweat on doing that. But if a guy has 400 at-bats overall and just happen to have 35 against lefties and 365 against righties, I think he should be rated for splits. That's just my soapbox. I'll get off of it very quickly, but that's just the only thing that keeps this game from being a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. It's a 9 out of 10, but that would make it a 10 out of 10. And don't even get me started on the computer game. If that had an AI, that would be like 20 out of 10. So anyway, it's still right up there. I mean, this and Stratomatic are still my 2 favorite games by far. Not even close, I don't think. Payoff Pitch is pretty good. And I don't count History Maker because that's a totally different animal. That's apples and oranges, trying to compare that. All right, here's Doc Ellis to Ogilvy. 1-6 is a blank. We go to Ellis. I'm sorry, we go to Ogilvy's card. 2-2, single to right field. So leadoff single for Ogilvy, and that's only the second hit for the Tigers all game. Ogilvy does have a 4 attempt rating. That's a 1, so he's going to try to steal. Ellis adds 1. Munson is a 0. So that becomes a 15. 1-15, he steals it. And he does. Stolen base. Gets him into scoring position with nobody out. Check the strategy roll with the runner on second. Nothing happening. Here's Dan Meyer. 4-3. That's a range play. Go to Meyer's card. 5-6. That's a question mark 8. So there's two things to check on here. First, we got to resolve this play, and then we check the range play. So right here, the question mark 8, a 1 through 16 is a hit. That's an 18. It fails that check. But you can still get a single or a double if the center fielder, Roy White, doesn't catch this. So it has to be, with the range check, it has to be a 1-4 for him to make the catch. And he does. So Roy White is able to haul that in. 1 away. And the runner on second could go to third, but you lose 3 on your BR. He's only a 3, so that would be a 0. Roy White's a -1, making a -1, so he cannot move up, period. There's not even an option for that. So 1 away, and here is Rusty Staub. Nothing on the strategy roll. 5-4, and that's a potential strikeout. That's a 12. His strikeout's only a 6, so nothing doing there. Go to Staub. 5-2, and that's a split chance against a right-hander. That's a single pass second. Ellis is a righty, and this is a split chance. So against a right-hander, it's a single pass second to score from second base on an S4. To score from second base, you need a 2 through 6, and Ogilvy is a 3, so he will score automatically. No throw needed. And the Tigers take the 1-0 lead on the RBI single from Rusty Staub. It's Rusty Staub doing it again. Rusty Staub cannot steal, but we do need to roll, see if there's a pickoff or whatnot. There is not. Here's Willie Horton. Infield's at normal depth because Horton's such a profound person to hit into a double play. They're going to not reduce the range. 5-3 is a potential walk. That's a 12. He walks at a 12, but the stadium takes away 2, so there's no walk. That happened, I believe, to Randolph earlier. Now we go to Horton's card. 1-4. That's a fly to center, and there's 2 away. So 2 down for Alex Johnson. Strategy roll is not a 20, so no worries. Ellis, 2-6, blank for Ellis. We go to Johnson. 6-5, ground ball to short. Stanley's got it. Inning's over, but the Tigers finally break through. A single, a stolen base, and a base hit by Rusty Staub. And the Tigers lead it 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And Fidrych given that 1-run lead to protect. You're facing Roy White. 2-5, and that's potential walk, and that's a 1, so that will be a walk. Leadoff walk. Fidrych doesn't walk that. His first one here. And White has a 4 attempt rating. 13, nothing's happening. Infield is at double play depth for Thurman Munson. That is a 20, but we already did the strategy roll with the jump, so we don't have to worry about that now. 6-5 is a range play, so we're going to the range play on Thurman Munson. 6-4 is a fly to right. We're checking the range of the right fielder. Unfortunately, Rusty Staub's only a 1, so this is probably going to drop in. But he makes the catch. Wow, Rusty Staub doing it all tonight. Unbelievable. How many times you see a 1 show up when somebody's a range of 1? Well, you just saw it. All right, so strategy roll, nothing happening. Here's Chambliss, infield double play depth. 5-3, and that's a strikeout chance for a righty, but Chambliss is a lefty, so it's blank. So Chambliss, 6-2, flies to right. And again, Rusty Staub is Johnny on the spot to make the catch. 2 down, and now all he's got to do is get past Carlos May. May is a good hitter, though, 259. Not chump change by any means. Oh, both of them shot the coop. Let's re-roll the whole thing here. 5-5, and that is a strikeout chance, and it's a 3. It's gone. or he's gone, I should say. Ends the inning. I don't know why they're all of a sudden jumping this tray. The tray's pretty tall. I don't know what's causing that to... I'm not putting them in the tray with any kind of force or angle or anything like that, so I don't know what's causing it to do that. If it keeps it up, I may have to start rolling the D20 and the D6s separately. I don't really want to do that because that just slows things down. All right, top of the 7th. Ellis can face 28 batters. He has only faced 23, so he's good at least this inning. And then you could see Guidry because he did pitch in the real game in relief. 6-1 is a hit by pitch. He's a 0 hit by pitch, so nothing's happening there. We treat it as a blank. Go to Stanley. 5-4, and that's a star line 4, which is a ground ball to first. Chambliss puts it away himself. 1 away for Chuck Scribner. Scribner 1-4 is an automatic star line on Ellis's card. So let's see what the out's going to be. It's a 5, which means it's a ground ball to second. Willie Randolph over to Chambliss. 2 down for Bruce Kim. That is a 4-2, which is a possible error. 3-5 is a star line 4, which is a ground ball to first. Chambliss's error rating is a 4. That's an 18, so no error there. His 18 is way above 4. And it's an easy play for Chambliss to end the inning. We're going to the 7th inning stretch at 1-0. 1-0 on a 7th inning stretch. So Ellis probably good for another inning. We'll wait and see if they want to. They will get Guidry up in the bullpen probably to see about going against a couple lefties. They got 3 lefties coming up after Wagner in the 8th. So we may let Ellis pitch to 1 batter in the 8th, then bring in Guidry against the lefties. We'll see. Right now it's Greg Nettles against Fidrych. 4-4. That's a blank. Nettles 6-4. Star line 4. That is a ground ball to second. Scribner. Johnny on the spot. Out number 1. Here's Oscar Gamble. We get a 2-5. That's a potential walk. 17. Way too high for that. Go to Gamble. 5-3. It's a fly to right field. Again, Rusty Staub right there to make the play. That brings up Willie Randolph. 2-2 is a blank on Fidrych. So we'll go to Randolph. 2-4. That's a single to right field. So a 2-out single for Randolph, and he may be looking to run. He's got an attempt of 6. It's an 8, which means we have a hit and run. Not sure you can hit and run with 2 outs, though, so I'm just going to play it like normal. So we'll see. First of all, first thing we're going to do is rolling Fidrych's card. 1-3 is a star line, so the hit and run is irrelevant because it's going to be an out. And it's a ground ball to third, and that's going to end the inning. So we go to the 8th, still 1-0 Tigers. 1-0 Tigers. Doc Ellis, this will be his last batter he will face. Because after Wagner, they got Ogilvy, Meyer, and Staub, 3 lefties. And Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry, is ready to come in. Now, again, he didn't have a very good year in 1976. It was his rookie year. He had a 5.63 ERA with 16 innings pitched. But against the lefty, they may want to go with that. Because once you get to Ogilvy, that'll be 27 batters face, and he'd be just about at his limit. First things first, here's Wagner. Hit by pitch chance. And he's a 0. He's a -1. So even though that's a 1, there's no hit by pitch. We go to Wagner. 1-4. That is a triple to center field. Do you believe that? A T8. You don't often see a T straight in the grid, but you see it right here. A T8. Triple to center field for Mark Wagner, and that will do it for Doc Ellis. He will leave, and Ron Guidry will be coming on to face Ogilvy, the left-hander, and the Yankees will have to play the infield in. No choice. Let's finish up Ellis. He goes 7+, and he will give up 1 run, which was earned. Check out his hits. He gave up 1, 2, 3. He only gave up 4 hits. And let's see, he walked 1. He walked Dan Meyer in the 4th, and that was it for his walks. And as far as strikeouts go, he went through the whole game without a strikeout. No strikeouts for Doc Ellis. Very unusual. No strikeouts. All right, so Ron Guidry is on. And he did relieve in this game in real life. So here we go. Big spot. Runner at third. Won't need to do a strategy roll because Guidry has nothing as far as pickoff or anything. So we'll go straight to the at-bat with the infield in. 2-5. And that's a home run question mark versus a lefty. 1-15 passes that check, but that's a 17. So no home run. Good thing because Ogilvy probably would have went deep. But it's going to end up just being a blank. Can we go to Ogilvy? 3-1. It's a fly to right. The question is it a sacrifice fly? His sacrifice fly rating is a 3. That's a 5. It fails it, but they still could get it. Factoring in the arm of the right fielder, which is Oscar Gamble, +1, and the BR of Wagner, which is a 2. So that becomes a 3. So a 3 or less, and he will make it. 4 or 5, he's got to hold. 6, he'll be out trying. 3, he makes it, so it is a sacrifice fly. So Ogilvy got just enough of it, and Wagner put on the afterburners and beat the tag by Munson. Tigers lead it now 2-0, and actually now that run is charged to Ellis. So he finishes 7 innings plus with 2 runs allowed. Bases are cleared now with 1 out for Dan Meyer. 3-2 is a possible error on a grounder. 5-4 is a ground ball to second. The error check is Randolph. He's a 7, but that's a 13, way above the 7. So Randolph will make the play. 2 down, and here's Rusty Staub. 1-1. It's a double question mark. And again, over here, double question mark. 1-10 is a single. That's a 15, no single. So we skip it, treat it as a blank. We go to Staub. 6-6, ground ball to second, innings over. But the Tigers get an insurance run and take a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th. And that might be all for Guidry. I think they might go ahead and let Dick Tidrow finish things out in the 9th for the Yankees. So Guidry's going to go 1 inning and not give up anything. All right, so Locklear, the batter, at least a scheduled batter. Let's see if they might want. I think we're going to pinch hit here. I don't think we want to let Locklear hit in this particular situation. I think they're going to go to a better hitter, or at least perceived better hitter. So they're going to go to, you know what? They're going to let Mick the Quick lead things off. He's a normal leadoff man. They're going to put him in there as a pinch hitter. So Mickey Rivers, now he's a DH because that's what Locklear was. So they're going to keep him as DH, even though they could bring him in to play center field. But then when you lose your DH altogether, then you got the pitcher spot batting. But we'll wait and see how that all plays out. I may still end up doing that because Rivers is a 5 center fielder. So we'll see how that goes. But right now, Mickey Rivers going to lead off here in the bottom of the 8th against Fidrych. Trying to get something started. 4-5, and that's a blank. So we go to Rivers. 2-3 for Rivers, and he does get something started. It's a single past second base. And, of course, Rivers will try to get the jump. He's an attempt of 7. And that's 15, so he can't get the jump. But Tigers will be at double play depth for Roy White. Rolling strategy roll to make sure nothing's happened. In fact, I already did that, I think, so I didn't even need to do that part. Fidrych 2-1 is a potential error. The White's card. 5-2 is a fly to right field. And the error check of Staub is a 5. That's only a 2, so it will be an error. Now I have to see if it's a 2-base error or a 1-base error on a fly to right field. A failed error check on a fly to right field. Let's see how that goes. Fly to right field. It says drops fly odd plus. So let me double check that and see how it does. Okay, let's look at the chart here. It says fly ball dropped if error check fails and that 1d20 roll is odd. Roll, let's see, roll. D20 is even though. D20 is even. Interesting. Make sure I understand that. All right, according to the, I'm looking at the original book. I was trying to look at an amended thing. I'm looking at the original one now. It says here drop ball 2, which means it's a 2-base error. But let's go back to the amended thing again and see what we got here. Failed error check. It says here drop fly odd plus. So let's see here. Fly ball dropped if error check fails and the D20 roll is odd. Roll 1d6 versus the ABR of the runner. If less than or equal to the rate, then the runner advances 2 bases, otherwise only 1 base. Okay, well the BR rating of White is a 4, so let's see if he gets the 2 bases or not. He does. So it's a 2-base error, which means Rivers is going to make it to 3rd. And that's the 2nd error by the Tigers. That's a huge one, as Rusty Staub makes that error. 2-base error, E9. And now it's a good chance the Yankees can tie this game, as they have runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Infield, you would think they'd have to come in, wouldn't they? We'll see. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Fidrych now has faced 29 batters. He can face 34, so he's still okay. 4-2 is a strikeout chance, but 20 is way too high for that, so we go to Munson. 4-6 is a ground ball to 2nd, and again, the infield is in. Rivers does run as a 4, but with the infield in, he drops down to a 2, and I think they're going to have to hold him there with nobody out, particularly. So they're not going to take the chance. I'll bring up Chambliss, and again, the infield is in. Nothing on the strategy roll. Fidrych, 4-3, and that is a potential single if he's tired. He's not tired. He's only faced 30 batters. This will be batter 31. He can face 34. He's pitching a shutout, so he's not tired. So we skip that as a blank. Go to Chambliss. 6-1, ground ball to short. Same thing. Same thing. Has to hold. The infield in. All right, now there's 2 outs. The infield is back to normal. Strategy roll, nothing happening. Here's Carlos May. Yankees about to lose a big chance if they don't get something going here. 2-5 is a walk chance. 18's too much. Carlos May, will he come through? 6-5. He does not. He grounds to 2nd, and the inning is over. So by playing the infield in, they keep the Yankees off the board. And now we'll do some switching here, as Dick Tidrow will come in and pitch and bat 2nd. He will be batting now because we're going to move Mickey Rivers to center, which loses the DH. When you bring in a DH to play a position, you lose the DH. Mickey Rivers is a 5-3-0. But that will only come into play if we pretty much go to extra innings because, well, I mean, if it gets down, when you get to the 2nd spot in the batting order, we'll just pinch hit for him like you would a National League team. So right now, it is going to be Tidrow, Dick Tidrow, on. And he'll be facing Willie Horton, Alex Johnson, and Mickey Stanley. Those are the scheduled hitters. Tigers might be looking to make some defensive changes. And I think they will. We're going to have LaFleur come in and play center field. Probably move Ogilvy to right field. And we're looking to have, let's see, is there anybody else that might do something? We don't know. I think that's probably the only change we're going to make is bring LaFleur in. So we'll see how it goes. Dick Tidrow facing Willie Horton. Top of the 9th, 2-1. Right-hander's a potential walk. 17, though, is too much. Go to Horton, 4-6. That's a ground ball to short. Fred Stanley makes the play. 1 down. Here's Alex Johnson. Tidrow, 2-6 is blank. We go to Alex Johnson. 6-5, ground ball to short. So 2 down as Stanley makes both plays. Here is Mickey Stanley. Whoa, that one jumped the ship. We'll keep the other 2 since I got 2 out of 3. I think that was a 19 there. 2-5. 2-5 for Tidrow is a strikeout plus chance. But with an 8 here, even with the plus, makes it an 18, but you lose 3 from the stadium, so he does not strike out. So we go to Stanley's card. 5-2, question mark 7, up through a 14. He gets a hit. That's a 12. That's a triple. So a 2-out triple for Mickey Stanley. a 2-out triple, and that brings up Scrivener. We will have to roll the strategy roll because he does have a, well, we're not going to do a pick off because you're not going to pick anybody off third. So we will forego the strategy roll. Fidrych, 5-5 is a blank, so we go to Scrivener. 6-4, Starline 2, which is a ground ball to third. Nettles has it, and the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the ninth. Last chance for the Yankees. The last chance for the Yankees, and we will get a defensive change as we're going to see Ben Oglivie, who was in center field as a 2. He's going to move over to play left field, where he becomes a 3-0-0. So he increases in range there. And we're going to see Ron LaFleur come in and play center field and take Alex Johnson's spot out of the lineup. So Alex Johnson will be done for the day. So LaFleur is in center, and he's a 3, a 6, and a 1. So we've got to put them in the correct batting order as well. So let's see here. We need to remove Alex Johnson. Now let's see about Mickey Stanley. He's a 3 and a 5. I think we're going to keep him there at third base because Mankowski doesn't do any better. He's a 3 and a 6. So how about Dan Meyer at first base? Did they do anything with him? He's a 2 and a 4. No, we're going to keep it as it is. All right, so Alex Johnson is gone. Fidrych out. He can face 34 batters. Right now he has faced 33, so this will be batter 34. But with Nettles, Gamble, and Randolph coming up, they're going to take Fidrych out and bring in John Hiller to try to get the save, particularly with this being lefties facing lefties. So Mark Fidrych is going to go 8 innings of shutout ball. And if the bullpen can hold it, he'll get his 16th win. Certainly can't lose it. Let's do the numbers on Fidrych. Gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits for Fidrych. And he walked Roy White. That was it, I think. Pitched around 2 errors as well. Struck out 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so final tally on Fidrych: 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Doesn't look like a 3, but it is a 3 there. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. So I'm going to put it in the Excel, but I'll put it here manually as well, so I have a record of it. 8 innings pitched, 5 hits, no runs, of course, no home runs, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts, and 16. I'll put a 16-6 question mark. And I'll remove the question mark if they hold on to win. So last chance for the Yankees. It'll be Nettles, Gamble, and Randolph. On the bench, they do have Lou Piniella. They could pinch hit for Gamble if they choose, and I think they will. So Lou Piniella is going to be a pinch hitter for Oscar Gamble. And if it goes extra innings, he'll stay in the game to play right field. But right now, Lou Piniella is in there for his bat, not for his defense. He will be pinch hitting here in the 9th. But first things first, Greg Nettles, you're not going to pinch hit for him. 32 home runs, I don't think so. He's going to be in there. Start things off against John Hiller, looking to get the save. He had 13 saves on the regular season in 1976. 2-0 Tigers, bottom of the 9th. 1-3 is a range play at Yankee Stadium. Oh, the red die never went through there. That's an 18 and a 5. Somehow the red die never went through. Don't know why. 5-5. So a 5-5 is a ground ball to short. It is a range play, so we're checking the range of Wagner. He's a 4. This has to be a 4 or less. It's a 6. He cannot make it. It's a base hit. So Nettles sneaks it by Mark Wagner for a base hit. His attempt is a 2, but Hiller's a -1. We're not going to try a steal. I mean, his run doesn't mean anything. Why in the world would you run yourself out of an inning? Just would not make any sense. That's why I said the strategy rolls are suggestions. They are not law. So we leave it at that. No strategy roll because there's no chance for a balk or pickoff for Hiller. And now the pinch hitter, Lou Piniella, infield is at double play depth. 2-6 is a star line against a right-hander. Against a left-hander, it's a single, so a kind of reverse split there. But against the right-hander, so had Gamble been batting, that would have been a single. But hey, you got to play the percentages, right? So it's a star line. Let's see what the star line is. It's a 5, fly to center. So that one, that time the percentages did not pay off, but they usually do. But that particular time, what do you know? Turns out it looks like Hiller is much better against, a little bit better against righties in some cases, because here in this spot it's a star line against a righty, home run against a lefty. But there are some, and there are some other ones here, strikeout plus versus a righty. So I don't have his numbers in front of me, but it looks like he did much better against right-handers than left-handers. Got a couple singles up here against lefties. So he must have some extreme splits. Maybe he throws some kind of a screwball or something where lefties hit him better than righties do. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have the stats in front of me to figure it out. Just happened to notice it. All right, so Lou Piniella is out. That brings up Randolph. Again, infield double play depth. 1-1, and that's that same split chance, but this time it's a blank because Randolph's a righty. So treat as a blank. Go to Randolph. 5-2. Single to third, past third base. So it didn't matter about the split that time. Randolph says, I'm going to single to third no matter what. Now to get from first to third, on a single to third, you need a 6. Obviously, Nettles does not have that, so he will stop at second base. That brings up Fred Chicken Stanley, and I think they're going to look for a pinch hitter for Stanley as well. Let's see if they get on the bench that can be a little bit better than that. They do have youngster Otto Velez. Went on to be Blue Jays fame in '77 in the expansion draft. But Otto Velez, 266, 2 home runs and limited duties. He's not rated for splits, but again, with only 94 bats, I kind of wouldn't expect him to. I think anybody over 100 and some at bats ought to have left-right splits. Again, I'm back on my soapbox, and I shouldn't be there. All right. Velez, the batter. First and second, 1 out. Infield does not need to be at double play depth because Velez is already a 6. So the infield's normal. 3-2. Range play. And it's a good thing the infield's normal because they would lose range on the double play depth, but they're normal. 3-1 is a star line 1, which is a fly to left, so we don't have to worry about the range of the infielders. Now we're looking at the range of the outfielder, left fielder, and that's Ogilvy. We switched off from Johnson, who was a 1 range. We've now jumped up to Ogilvy, who's a 3 range. So let's see if that was a prudent move or not. 6, it didn't matter. So failed range check. Is it a single or a double? It's a single. So a single to left field. So even with that change, it did not matter. And on an S7, to score from second base, on an S7, you add 1. So let's see here. Nettles was a 2. He adds 1, become a 3. And then the left fielder arm, Ogilvy's a 0. So 1 to 3 to score. See if he can do it. He does. He does score. So Nettles scores. And let's check the trail runner. That being a 2, let's see here. Let's check it out here. For less than. All right, let me double check it here. It says they advanced. It doesn't say anything about the second runner. So I think the second runner, we got to check him individually. I don't think there's a residual based on this. So Randolph, his BR is a 3. And to get from first to third on a single to left, you lose 2, so he's going to have to hold. Randolph's going to have to hold at second base. But the Yankees are on the board. It's now 2-1. And Mickey Rivers is up. And actually, we will get a pinch hitter for Dick Chidro because it looks like it's going to get to his spot. So we need another pinch hitter. But first things first, let's look at Mickey Rivers. He is up there to face Hiller. And now the Tigers bullpen is active again, as they have right-hander Steve Grilly that might be coming in very shortly. Try to get out of this. It's 1 out and 1 in and 2 on. Here's Mickey Rivers. Infield is at double play depth. 3-1 is a walk plus. He walks at a 3. The plus makes it a 13, but the stadium takes away 2, makes it an 11, so that's not a walk. Go to Rivers. 3-2, ground ball to third, could be a double play. He's a double play rating of 0, but your double play depth gives him a 1. And then the pivot is a 0. So it's a 1 for a double play. Anything else, the runners are going to advance. Oh, wait a minute. It's first and second. I need to do this. I almost forgot. We have to roll and see what kind of double play we're looking for. So let me re-roll this again because I forgot what the number was. It's a 6. So 6 says it's in the hole. Double play chance will go second to first. If it was toward the line, then they would get the force play at third. But since it's in the hole, his only play is going to be trying to throw it to second base. So it's a 1 to do it. Otherwise, the runner advances. It's a 2. So runner, let me double check my chart here. If they're halfway, there's nothing about the base running being reduced. So just says that the range is minus. Oh, it says, wait a minute. This thing says, and I'm going off his chart, it says the BR is a -1 when they're halfway. So that affects the run rating of the runner on first base. Runner on first base with Otto Velez, he's a 2, but you subtract that to a 1. So that means he will be out. It'll be a force play and not a only play at first. So it will be a 5-4 force play, and I hope I'm doing that correctly. Force play, Randolph will take third. So now runners are at second and third with, let's see here. Did I play this right? Yeah, because Rory White's out of the game. Because he was changed down to double switch. So we do need a pinch hitter for Dick Tidrow, because we did lose the DH when we did these double switches. So let's see who else they got on the bench. They're running out of players. They do have Sandy Alomar, Elliot Maddox, Fran Healy. So I guess we'll pick the guy with the best average, which is Fran Healy, backup catcher. So Fran Healy will pinch hit. Fran Healy for Tidrow. So Tidrow's day is done. He went 1 inning, gave up a hit, nothing else. So now runners are at the corners with 2 away. Mickey Rivers does have an attempt rating, before I forget. Mickey Rivers, the runner at first, does have an attempt rating of 7, -6 from Hiller, but do you want to steal and risk being thrown out to end the game? That's the question. Well, they're going to go ahead and see if we can get the jump. He does not, so there's no worries there. 2 outs, though, infield at normal depth. And Fran Healy, the big spot right here, pinch hitting. 2-1 game, bottom of the 9th. Winning, a tying run is at third. Winning run is at first in Rivers, who can fly. Hiller now, is he going to get a chance to finish it out? Or, well, you know, he's supposed to be the closer, so we're going to let him try to close. Healy, since he had minimal duties, his card is rated generically, so it doesn't matter if we face him with a righty or lefty. It's irrelevant. It might affect his card, but it won't affect his card. 4-3. That's a walk chance. That's an 11. He walks at a 10, but -2 makes it an 8, so no walk. We go to Healy's card. 1-4, single to right field. Fran Healy has tied the game and taken a win away from Mark Fidrych. Wow, boy, John Hiller just crapped the bed on that one. We are tied at 2. Mickey Rivers to get from first to third on a single to right field. You add 2 to his BR rating. He's already a BR of 4. It makes it a 6. Rusty Staub adds 1, makes it a 7. So he gets third base uncontested. So Fran Healy with a pinch hit, and that's going to be it for Hiller. He couldn't get it done. So they're going to go to Steve Grilly. So we take the win away from Fidrych, unfortunately for him. He will remain at 15-6. Despite 8 shutout frames, the bullpen cannot hold it. And now the Yankees have a chance to win it here in the bottom of the 9th. Runner on third and 2 outs. And we'll check to make sure there is no balk or anything on Grilly's card. There is not. So here we go. Munson to Grilly. Or Grilly to Munson, I should say. 5-1's a walk chance. And Munson will walk to load the bases. That's going to bring up Chris Chambliss with the bases loaded and 2 down. It all comes down to this. Tigers do have lefty in the bullpen, Jim Crawford, if they want to go that route. But I think they're just going to stick with Grilly. So the bases are loaded. Make sure there's no balk. No balk. Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th, tied at 2. Says it all. 6-4, blank on Grilly. We go to Chambliss. 3-2. 3-2 is a star line 2, which is a ground ball to third, and we've got extra frames. Free baseball here on New Year's Day 2021. And the way 2020 went, you would kind of expect that this game that's actually being played in 2020 but posted 2021 would be a freak show. And that's what we got. 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th by the Yankees take the win away from Mark Fidrych. You like that. John Hiller could not hold the lead. And now, since we're in the DH, or we're non-DH for the Yankees because they moved the DH to center field, so we need a new pitcher for the Yankees, and it's going to be Sparky Lyle. Why would you not bring him in now? There's no save situation to even worry about. So Sparky Lyle will be the new pitcher for the Yankees to start the 10th. It'll be Sparky Lyle. And now it's just the cherry on top because Fidrych's stats are already over with, but it's just a matter of who's going to win the game. Bruce Kim steps in against Sparky Lyle. 4-2, potential walk. It's 12, too high. We go to Kim. 2-5 is a ground ball to second. 1 away. That'll bring up Mark Wagner. 6-5, potential error on a throw. 4-3, and that's a single to center field, no throw needed. Just a straight out single. Wagner's a 1, but Lyle's a -1, so no jump. Can't do it. It'll bring up Ogilvy. Infield is normal because Ogilvy's got a 4 double play rating, and Sparky Lyles adds 1 to that, so there's no reason to play halfway. We will roll to make sure there's no pickoff, and there's not. 5-4 is a strikeout chance. 7, that'll do it. So Ogilvy is gone. 2 down. Brings up Dan Meyer. Dan Meyer, the lefty. 3-4. 3-4 is a strikeout chance. 17 is too much. 5-2. That's a fly to right. Innings over. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Still 2-2. And Steve Grilly will be coming back out. He'll be facing Carlos May, Greg Nettles, and Lou Piniella, who came in for Oscar Gamble back in the 9th. Grilly to May, 4-3. 4-3 is a star line against a lefty. Strikeout chance against a righty, but a star line against a lefty. It's a ground ball to second. 1 away. Brings up Greg Nettles. 5-6, that's a blank. Nettles, 5-3, ground ball to second. So 2 consecutive ground balls to second. Takes care of that for Lou Piniella. 3-1 is a blank. Go to Sweet Lou. 4-1, star line 1, ground ball to second. So 3 consecutive ground balls to second base. And we're going to the 11th. And I'm about to run out of room on my score sheet. We are now in the 11th. So the 11th, I've got to really try to squeeze something in here. Rusty Staub, the batter, against Sparky Lyle. 3-2 on Sparky is a range play. We'll go to Rusty Staub's card. 1-1, ground ball to second. We're checking the range of Randolph. He's a 5. And barely. But he had just enough range to get to it. 1 away for Willie Horton. Somebody needs a home run to end this thing. 4-3. Star line against a right-hander. So automatic out. Won't be Willie Horton doing it. That's a 6. He's going to fly to right for 2 down. Now it's up to LaFleur. Lyle to LaFleur. 5-4 is a strikeout chance. 11. Against a lefty, it's only an 8, so no strikeout. So go to LaFleur. 4-5. That is a ground ball to second. It's going to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 11th. Still tied at 2. Grilly back out. We'll be facing Randolph. And I forgot to mention the new shortstop was Jim Mason because of the fact that, let's see here. Yeah, Jim Mason because Velez had pinch hit for Stanley, so I forgot to mention that Mason's the shortstop. Forgot to say anything about that, so let's bring Jim Mason into play. He's a 2-0-0, so not very good fielder, but very limited range. So it will be Randolph and Mason, not Velez. Velez is done because he pinch hit and it's done. So here's Randolph followed by Mason to start the 11th. Really, 1-5 ballpark card. We're going to Yankee Stadium. Randolph 2-2 is a double to right field for Willie Randolph. Whoops, right here. Wrong place there. Double by Randolph. We're rolling the strategy to make sure there's no pickoff or balk. There's not. Here's Jim Mason. 4-5, and that is a walk chance. 12 is too much. No walk to Mason. 6-4, Starline 4, which is a fly to left. And that's out number 1. Runner cannot move up on a fly to left. So here is Mickey Rivers. They could walk Rivers intentionally. First base is open, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to intentionally walk him, and now we need a pinch hitter for Sparky Lyle. And it's a good thing the Yankees have all these extra players, but they're quickly running out of them. They've used a lot of pinch hitters and substitutes and whatnot, so they're going to go to... let's see here. Looks like they're going to go to Sandy Alomar. Is he one of the few people they have left? They have Elliot Maddox, Sandy Alomar, and Larry Murray. So we're going to go with Sandy Alomar. Sandy Alomar is up. So Alomar pinch hitting in a big spot. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Already rolled the strategy roll when Rivers was up, so I'm not going to roll it again. We get a 6-1, which is a strikeout chance. That's a 12. Will not be a strikeout. Alomar gets to keep swinging. 5-2, Starline 4, which is a fly to left. That's out number 2. So now we are down to Thurman Munson. And if Munson doesn't get it done and we go to the 12th, the Yankees will need another pitcher. And it's looking to be Grant Jackson. Well, they do have Doyle Alexander that can go in long relief, I suppose. Let's see who's scheduled to pitch next. Holtzman, yeah. Well, no, Alexander just pitched yesterday, so he's not available. So Grant Jackson, it would have to be Grant Jackson. They have no choice. All right, nothing on the strategy roll. Really, 3-2. Air on a grounder, possibly. Munson, oh, that flew to Coop. We'll keep the 1 and the 18. This was a 6, but it flew to Coop, so I'm going to re-roll it. Comes a 1. So a 1-1 instead of a 1-6. 1-1 is a single chance, but he's not tired. 1-6 would have been a walk chance, which would have failed as well. So we're skipping it and go to Munson's card automatically. 5-4. Fly to center, and that's going to do it. So we are going to the 12th. And that's going to be it for Grilly. He's done. He's done his time. So Jim Crawford most likely is going to be the new pitcher going forward for the Tigers. It'll be Crawford who will be the new pitcher. And for the Yankees, it'll be Grant Jackson. Grant Jackson will be on to face Mickey Stanley, Chuck Scrivener, and Bruce Kim. So Grant Jackson is on. And I'm pretty much out of room in my score sheets. I'm going to have to just write it on the back of this Fidrych statistical tally just to keep track of what's going on. All right, Grant Jackson to Mickey Stanley, 4-2. That's a home run question mark. Against right-handers, though, it's only a 1 or a 2, so that fails. If he was facing a lefty, that would have passed. But it fails. Good thing, because Mickey Stanley had a 14 against lefties. So we treat it as a blank. Go to Mickey Stanley. 3-1, ground ball to third. I'm just going to write that over here so I can keep track of it. One down, and here's Scribner. You wonder how long this is going to go. 6-5 is a star line against a right-hander, so Grant Jackson gets the out. It's a 2. It's a fly to left. 2 down. Brings up Bruce Kim. 3-4. That's a range play. Kim 3-5. Starline 4, which is a fly to right. We're checking the range of the right fielder for the Yankees, and that is Lou Piniella. And I forgot to write his numbers in defensively. Let me do that right now. When he pinch hit, I forgot to write him in as a right fielder. He is a 3. Well, he's the same as Gamble. 3-4-1. Right there, 3-4-1. Okay, so the range is a 3. He fails it, so let's see if it's a single or a double. It's a double. So a double, 2-out double for Bruce Kim. He's aboard. We'll roll the strategy roll to check for a pickoff. There is none. So now it's up to Mark Wagner. 4-6 is the ballpark card. We're going to Yankee Stadium. 6-2, that's a star line 3, which is a fly to center. And the inning's over. So we go to the bottom of the 12th. And we'll get a new pitcher for the Tigers as well. Still tied at 2. And the new pitcher for the Tigers will be Jim Crawford, left-hander, as he is on. And Crawford will be facing Chambliss, May, and Nettles. And I think the Yankees are pretty much out of pinch hitters. Let me see. Oh, they got Elliot Maddox and Larry Murray. That's it. So they're going to save them for when they hit the pitcher spot if they need it, because, like I said, we took away the DH when we brought Mickey Rivers in to pinch hit and play center field for the DH. So here, I didn't realize it could come back and bite me like this, but it is. Here's Crawford, 4-1. That's a possible error. And that's a 5-4, which is a fly to left. Left fielder is Ogilvy. He's got a 0 error rating, so no error there whatsoever. 1 away. And again, Johnson started the game and left with an 8 error rating. That would have been an error, but all the changes took care of that. Here's Carlos May, 4-5, and that is a star line against a left-handed batter. So Crawford's going to get the out. It will be a ground ball to second. So 2 down, and that brings up Nettles. He's capable of 1 swing of the bat of ending this game. 5-2, though. It's a star line against the lefty, so Crawford will do it again. Maybe I should have brought Crawford in. That's a ground ball to first. Maybe I should have had Crawford pitch the 9th instead of Hiller. But Crawford only had 2 saves, and his ERA is 4.53 with a 1-8 record, so didn't think it would be prudent to bring him in at the time. But maybe in hindsight I should have. So Grant Jackson will be coming out to pitch again. He can face 8 batters, and so far he's only faced 4. So we go to the top of the 13th. We got Ogilvy leading things off. Got a 5-6 strikeout chance. 15 is plenty because Ogilvy's got an 18. Even the -3 makes it a 15. That still passes. So Ogilvy will strike out. 1 down for Dan Meyer. 2-6. And against a righty, it would be a star line. Against a lefty, it's a blank. So good thing Meyer's a lefty. 6-5. Doesn't matter. He's going to pop it up to Randolph for out number 2. We got a Rusty Staub. Maybe he can end this thing. I don't know. 5-6. Strikeout chance. He's not going to end anything. That's a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 13th. And Crawford back out. We'll be facing Lou Piniella. It'll be Piniella, Randolph, and Mason. Due up against Crawford here in the bottom of the 13th. 4-2. That's a possible error on a ground ball. Sweet Lou, 1-4, ground ball to second. That is a possible error. Scribner's a 7. That's a 13, though, so Scribner will make the play. 1 down. Here's Willie Randolph. 1-4. Wild pitch means the foul ball with nobody on. 6-2, and that is a strikeout chance. That's a 9, but that's too high to strike Randolph out. 6-6. It's a question mark 8 against left-handers. It's up to a 15, but that's an 18, so it's just going to be a fly to center for out number 2. And that'll bring up Mason. So it looks like we're going to the 14th pretty quickly. 5-5 is a strikeout chance. He will strike out. So we go to the bottom of the 14th. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jackson has faced 7 batters. So they're going to try to get him through one more inning if they can. He might be a little tired, but they just don't have a whole lot of people in the bullpen to go to. Unless you go pull the starter out. I guess we could try to do that, but they don't have relief rating. So, like I said, the only one that does is Doyle Alexander, but he just pitched yesterday. So, you know, obviously that would not be prudent to do that. Nobody else has a relief rating that's on the roster right now, so they're pretty much stuck. I don't know what to do at this point. We just have to run Grant Jackson in the ground or what? Haven't run into this before, but this is what happens sometimes when you go to 14 innings unexpectedly. Here's Willie Horton. 5-6 is a strikeout chance. That's a 9, but it's not going to be enough because that's only a 7. -3 from the stadium is actually a 4. Here's Horton, 3-2. That's a ground ball to third. So, boy, we're just at this stalemate here. Ron LaFleur, the batter. 1-5. Double question mark against a right-hander. 1-7 is a star line, but that's an 8. So, no star line. LaFleur, 3-4 is a ground ball, is a star line 4, which is a fly to right. So, 2 down for Mickey Stanley. Jackson, 3-2. Strikeout chance. Not going to do it. Stanley, 6-5. And against a lefty, that's a double to right field. So Stanley gets the correct split he needed at double to right field against the left-hander. Check Jackson for a potential pickoff. There is none. Here's Scrivener. 1-4 is a walk chance. Scrivener's a 10. -2 is an 8, but that falls in the 7, so it will be a walk. And that will put 2 on with 2 outs for Bruce Kim. Strategy roll. Nothing happening. Jackson, 6-5 against a right-hander. That's a star line, so he gets out of it. That's a 1. It's a fly to left to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 14th. Bottom of the 14th. And Crawford can actually go a ways because he was a part-time starter. He can face 14 batters. And I think I've got him right now for roughly 7, so he's okay. Grant Jackson's the one we got to worry about. Right now, Mickey Rivers trying to make all that not even count. Although, Grant Jackson's spot is coming up in batting second this inning, so we're going to have to do something. I got to think of something here real quick. Elliot Maddox has picked up a bat and would hit for the pitcher, Grant Jackson. So I'm thinking we're going to have to ask, we'll probably have to ask Mr. Doyle Alexander to come back after 1 day rest, or no day rest. I don't know how you want to call it, but they're going to ask him to come in and pitch in relief, I guess, if it goes that far. Mickey Rivers trying to avoid that. Crawford, a 4-4 is a strikeout chance. That's a 1, so he's gone. Rivers is gone. Now here's the pinch hitter, Elliot Maddox. 217 in limited duty. 2-3 blank. Go to Maddox. 4-6. That's a star line 2, which is a ground ball to third. And we're about to go to the 15th inning. Unless Munson does something. 3-3 is a blank. We go to Munson's card. 4-6. That's a ground ball to second. That's going to end the inning. We're going to the top of the 15th. And we will get that new pitcher, and it will be Doyle Alexander. Billy Martin's going to ask him to come back and see what he can do, because the only pitchers left on the roster are Ken Brett. Well, they could use Ken Brett, actually. Take that back. They can use Ken Brett, so we will go with Ken Brett. I forgot about him. So Ken Brett, he's carded with Chicago because that's where he started the season. So actually it's going to be Ken Brett. We got one more pitcher to go before we have to go to Doyle Alexander. We do have Ken Brett. And he will be facing Wagner, Ogilvy, and Meyer here in the top of the 15th. Tied at 2. Blame all this on John Hiller. The game would have been really swift, 2-0, if not for John Hiller. 3-5, strikeout chance. 5 is right on the money for a strikeout. So he's gone. Back to the top of the order for Ogilvy. Brett, 3-2. That's a home run question mark. 1-16 for a lefty. It passes that check. And he's up to a 19, so Ogilvy can do it with a 19. Anything other than a 20, and it's gone. It is gone. Ogilvy home run, and the Tigers take the lead 3-2. So maybe there's light at the end of the tunnel after all. We'll see. Here's Dan Meyer. 1-6. That's a strikeout chance. 15's too high. Go to Meyer. 4-4. Fly to center. 2 down. But I believe we're going to have a new pitcher for the Tigers in the bottom of the 15th. Looks like it's going to be Bill Laxton, a right-hander. I'm sorry, a left-hander, Bill Laxton. Could go to Ray Bear as well. But I think they're going to go to Bill Laxton, a right-hander. Even though there's a whole bunch of lefties coming up for the Yankees, but I think Crawford is looking gassed. So we're going to move over to Laxton. Well, Laxton's a lefty too, so that makes sense. All right, here's Rusty Staub. 3-4. Potential walk. 9 will do it because that's a 12. -2 is a 10, but 9 falls in that category, so we got the walk. And Rusty Staub has no attempt to worry about. We'll roll for a pickoff chance, and nothing's happening. Here's Willie Horton. Brett, 6-5, blank. We go to Horton. 2-2, ground ball to third, innings over. So we go to the bottom of the 15th. Tigers lead at 3-2. Last chance for the Yankees. They'll have to do it against lefty Bill Laxton. He was 0-5 with a 4.09 ERA, but he did have 2 saves. He is a starter/reliever. So when you're down this late in the game, you go with whoever you can get. And that's what they've got. And he's going to have to face 3 lefties. Chambliss, May, and Nettles. Lefty on lefty. Laxton to Chambliss. 2-4. He's not tired. It's his first batter, so don't worry about that. 5-6 is a Starline 5, which is a fly to right. 1 down. Laxton, 5-4. Possible error if there's a throw. For Carlos May, 3-4. 3-4 is a ground ball to second. We're checking the error of the second baseman Scribner. He's a 7, but that's a 15. Way above the 7, so the good play. And now it's down to Greg Nettles. Last chance against Laxton. 1-3 is a strikeout chance. 20 is too much. We go to Nettles. 5-1. Fly to right. Your ball game is over. So the Tigers finally win it by the score of 3-2 in 15 innings. And I'm not even going to bother totaling up the rest of this mess. The part that counts is the Fidrych equation. And as you can see, I wrote in 16-6 with a question mark. That has now been scratched out. And he's going to remain 15-6 with a no decision. But his ERA obviously will go down a little bit more. 8 innings with no runs. That gives him 214 2/3 with only 49 runs. So probably down to like a 2.07 or something like that. We'll see how it plays out. But there's your game. Next start for Fidrych will be the September 17th start in Tiger Stadium against the Red Sox. He's got nothing but AL East teams to play. 2 more with the Indians and 1 more with the Brewers to finish it. 4 more starts to go in the Fidrych replay, and then we'll be done with Fidrych. And I'll have to find something else to do with inside pitch because it's too good of a game just to set aside. Obviously, I'm doing the Nationals Stratomatic replay, so I don't want to do too extensive with inside pitch as far as a project or anything, because the Stratomatic project's taking up it's going to be taking up a lot of my time. But maybe I can find something to do with the inside pitch version. So Mark Fidrych, unfortunately, could not get the win thanks to the bullpen letting him down. Mr. John Hiller had other ideas. His 13 saves didn't help him in this game, as he crapped the bed, as they like to say. And that's going to do it from here. I was hoping for a nice quick game, but then it turns into an hour and 20-something minutes because it's 15 innings. So what are you going to do? I hope this is not a sign for how crazy 2021 is going to be. But we shall see. Of course, I'm recording it right now at the tail end of 2020. December 31st. It's probably around 6 or 7 in the evening. So only about 5 or 6 hours till we get to 2021. And of course, this will post on New Year's Day sometime, probably in the morning, not sure when. Thinking about maybe doing it as a premiere because it's so wild. I think it's probably a good idea. That way, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. Kind of hard. I can't really say what I'm going to do tomorrow. I have enough trouble with today. So let's go do it from here. Wish everyone a happy 2021. Stay safe out there. And hopefully 2021 will treat us better than 2020. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And I will see you all next time with the Washington Nationals starting against the Pittsburgh Pirates. They'll be starting a homestand, so we get rid of the Phillies and the Mets for a while, and we can enjoy some fresh teams. So until next time, have a good one, and we will see you all down the road.